Hey besties. So I hope everybody is doing good. I'm doing good. I feel blessed. I don't have any complaints or whatever. I just feel like I'm at this place in my life where I'm just really glad that, God set me down and had me go through the things that I went through in my life, because I feel like if I didn't go through those things, I wouldn't understand why I had to go through them. So I'm just, I don't know, today feeling a little bit more grateful than I was yesterday or the day before that I went through some of the stuff that I went through. Because I just feel like lately I've been really just paying more attention to myself. Like, it just feels like every day I'm learning myself more and I'm understanding myself more as a woman, like after everything I've been through. And it's just like, okay, I get why I do that, or okay, I get why I do this, or I understand that, So it's just like, I'm thankful that God put me through some of the things that he put me through, or sat me down, or, just things like that. Because I feel like had that not happened, I wouldn't be where I am today. And y'all, I don't know, I'm feeling so proud of myself today, because I just feel like I've grown so much, and I'm really, really, really proud of myself, because I feel like after everything I've been through, instead of me allowing those things to change me, I remain the same person. My heart is still the same, but I just changed how I move with things, or how I deal with them, or things like that. Like, for example, me and my sister, we was talking last night, and she was asking me, she's like, we was just having a talk about how this guy that she's talking to or whatever, how he be acting with her, and how no matter how much she do, she don't feel like he see it, or it's not getting better. And then that just made me think about when I had put myself back out there, today and stuff like that, how I was able to catch on to some things that I've seen in my past, or some things that I've already been through, and I was just like, okay, no, this is where I draw the line, because I've been there, I've done that. And basically what I was saying is, she was telling me how she just at the point now where she just feels so disappointed, so let down. And when I did put myself back out there today, that's something that I can also relate to, and say that I felt disappointed and let down. And it was just okay, this is not what I want, or, let me remove myself and stuff like that. But I just feel when you think about it, sometimes you have to just, I don't know, accept things for what they are. Even though we don't be wanting to, and we be wanting to control every situation, and we be wanting to know how every situation is going to play out or turn out for us, it's okay to say this isn't working out for me. One thing I have accepted after putting myself back out there today is that it is hard out here when you are a lover girl. When you know what you want, when you're not confused at all, when you know, okay, I want this, I don't want that. It's hard because you can't control how the next person is going to be, or if they are going to be confused, or they know what they want. The only thing you really can control for real is yourself. And that's what I was telling her. And it just took me back to Sunday, when I went to church Sunday. It was about how disappointment, it's not always a bad thing. The pastor talked about how God was preparing his disciples for disappointment and rejection, just in case it happened. How he allowed them to know beforehand, hey, every door you walk in, don't expect to get welcome, and don't expect to get accepted. Now, if you do, you take that. You sit down, you do what you need to do, because you're welcome and you're accepted. But it's not going to always happen like that with every situation. And that's okay too. You just dust your shoes off and you walk off. You keep it moving, Don't make a big deal out of it. Don't start beating yourself up. Don't start questioning your self-worth, or if you're good enough or not, because sometimes we need to just be able to accept the fact that everything ain't for us. Everybody and everything won't accept us and won't welcome us, but that's okay. Like, it's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes we can't see it at the time. So yeah, we feel very disappointed and we be feeling let down. Like, dang, like, is it me? Or dang, why did this person do that? Or why are they doing this? And like I was telling my sister, like, it's okay. Disappointment ain't always a bad thing, or rejection. Like, sometimes rejection is a blessing in disguise, and maybe we don't know it at the time, but when you see things, or when I feel like God starts presenting things back to us, we just be like, dang, you know, I'm glad you did that. You helped me to dodge a bullet. You helped me not to put myself in a situation that wasn't going to work out for me. You know, like, I am a firm believer on what's for you will always be for you. Can't nobody take it away. It's not going to run from you. You're not going to run out of time. Like, it's going to be for you when it's supposed to be for you. And that's what I was telling her. Like, it's okay with being disappointed. It's okay with things happening. You know, like, I feel like Sunday in church, he talked about how our expectations plus somebody else's limitations minus grace is only a recipe for resentment. Like, you have to learn to accept things for what they are. You can't worry yourself. You can't try to force situations to be what they just aren't going to be, you know? Like, I feel like the best thing you can do is continue to walk with God and continue to trust God, and to know that what's for you and what's best for you is going to work out. Like, it's going to work out for you in your greater good. You just got to trust by faith. You got to walk by faith every day and say, you know what, God, like, if I just give it to you, if I give up this trying to control everything, or trying to handle how every situation is going to turn out for me, or, you know, like, whatever your situation may be, it's going to work out. But I was telling my sister, like, one thing about me, I'm a Virgo, y'all, and I have a hard time with not trying to control things. And, you know, I have to just be honest and say that. Like, no matter what situation I find myself in, I'm always trying to control it. Like, how the outcome gonna be, what's gonna happen, this and that. Like, because I don't like to be left in confusion. I don't like to not know what's going on. So I try to control everything. But one thing I can say is that I'm in a season of my life right now where I'm trusting God more than I'm trusting what I want or what I think I need. I'm trusting Him, and I'm allowing Him to, you know, to let things disappoint me, because when they do, I understand that just was not supposed to work out for me. Or rejection happened, okay, it doesn't mean I'm not good enough, or it doesn't mean that it was me. You know, it just wasn't for me. It's a blessing in disguise. Let me just wait until everything, like, unravel itself so that I can see why it really happened the way it did, you know? And like I was telling her, like, I can't really say too much about dating nowadays, because I didn't really put myself out there for that long before I just got scared. And I was like, oh no, like, I'm not about to go through that. I'm too scared. I was not ready. But I did put myself out there a little bit to see. You only end up with the same type nowadays. You end up with somebody still attached to something. Somebody that just cannot be honest about anything at all. Baby daddies who still want to work it out with their baby mamas, but they want to take up space until then, you know, just stuff like that. And when you run into the good ones, it's hard to tell what is good or what's not good when you never experienced it. And when you've experienced it, it's like, okay, this was good, but it turned out like this, you know? So it's just hard to figure things out nowadays. And y'all, I'm sorry for the noise. They outside my apartment doing that little thing. So yeah, I hope that y'all can hear me, because they're real loud, and I don't even have the window open, but I think they're like right there. So yeah, just wanted to let y'all know that. But yeah, like I was telling my sister, one of the main reasons I pull myself back from things is because I'm at a place in my life where I'm grown. I know what I want. I'm not confused. Sure, a couple of bad situations happen, but, you know, still, like, I know what I want. Like, they taught me more about what I want and what I don't want. And I just feel like it's so confusing out here. Like, nobody is real anymore. And I just don't want to be in a situation, like, where I'm receiving less than I know I deserve. Like, I know what I want and I'm not settling. Like, I just feel like the every day I'm at a place where every day I'm learning more and more about myself. Like, after all of the hurt that I've been through, like learning more about what I need from somebody that I am pursuing, like what I would need to receive, as far as the fact that I'm an overthinker. So I need somebody that's very open and honest and don't mind giving me reassurance, you know? And the fact that I've been lied to so much, and like so much of bad stuff that happened in my life, where it's just like now sometimes I need a lot of reassurance, you know? Like, I just need that, or I need for somebody to check in with me. I know the things that I need, and I'm just not willing to accept anything less than that, you know, to make anybody else be comfortable or to make it work for them, because I know how to give a person what they tell me they need. You know, we all go through stuff, and sure, none of us ask to go through the things that we go through, but it's life. You go through things, you learn, and it teaches you like what you want to go through, and what you want to just leave behind you or not even involve yourself with. But through all of that, I just feel like, you get what I'm saying, like life teaches you things. So I don't know, I know that I don't want to be in a situation where I'm more confused than I know what's going on. Like, I don't want to not know what's going on. Like, that's who I am as a person. Like, I don't like to be left in the dark. I don't like to be confused. And I just feel like when I was out there, I'm not going to say every situation was bad, but majority of them, I was just like, I don't know if I can trust this. And I'm very like intuitive with myself. So it's just like, my intuition be on point, y'all. Like, it never leads me wrong, or it never lies. The minute I feel like something is going on, it really is. And sometimes I used to second guess myself or not listen, but I'm not going to do that anymore, you know, because I've learned from the past. I be spot on. Now, I might not always be right, but majority of the time I know what I'm talking about. So yeah, I just don't want to feed into, like, you know, what this generation got going on. I don't want to be that girl. Like, I'd rather just wait, and I'd rather just be patient with God and just like give up trying to control everything. Like, just release that, because I feel like the moment that I release everything that I'm trying to control and let it go and give it to God, that's when I feel like it's gonna get better for me. That's when I feel like I'll be able to like understand like this and understand that and why that didn't work out. Well, because you kept trying to control it so much instead of allowing things to actually like pan out and work out for you. And like, that's what I was telling her. Like, it's okay to be disappointed, and it's okay for rejection to happen, but you know, like, just take it more as a blessing rather than beating yourself up or questioning you, because it don't always require that. And that's something that I had to learn. Like, I feel like I've never been in a situation, maybe from a job, where I've been rejected, so I can't really speak on that with the person. But when it comes to like jobs, disappointment, y'all, I've been disappointed so much, so that's something I can speak on. But just like I was telling her, like, it's okay. Like, you got to decide what you want to go through and what you don't want to go through. See, the thing with me is I pay attention to everything. And when I see a red flag, if I see that this situation is going how my last situation went or the one before that, then I know it's time to cut it off, baby. Because one thing about it, sometimes it don't change. Sometimes things don't get better. Sometimes the little simple problem that need to change, it goes on for years, you know? And one thing I'm learning about me in this generation right now is I'm the prize. Like, I'm not about to allow anybody to treat me less than the person that I truly am. I'm not about to try to jump on the wave that they got going on out here with dating. I'm not going to do that, because I know my worth and I know what I want, and I'm just not going to settle, you know? Like, I don't feel like I should. Like, I was like, she was telling me, she was like, dang, like, you must really don't want to date, or you must really don't want anybody. I said, girl, I don't know if that's how I'm coming off, but girl, I want a lot of things that I don't have right now, But I'm grateful for what I do have, and I'm not dwelling on what I don't have, because I understand when the time is right, it's all about timing. It's going to work out. You got to love yourself more. And I'm just really at this place where it's peace and happiness over everything. Like, y'all, I've been so happy and so at peace. And just the things that I'm dealing with on my own, like as I'm healing. Like, y'all, some days I'll be so good and days will go by and I feel like, oh my God, I'm over that. And then you'll have days that I least expected. I just get hit out of nowhere and it just be like, damn, like, did I even start healing at all? And I just feel like nobody talks about this stage of healing where you are angry, like just very angry, because you're just like, why did I go through that? Or, you know, why did that person do this to me? But you have to be able to understand that everything happens for a reason. Like, I needed to go through that heartbreak to come out on the other side as the woman that God is calling me to be, whether I understand it or not, you know? And I'm learning, but yeah, I just feel like I don't have time to be trying to put myself in all of this chaos that dating has. Like, I don't want to deal with all of that. Like, I'm really at this place where I'm healing me and I'm really healing my heart after every heartbreak and all of the suffering that it went through that I know that it didn't deserve, you know? So I'm getting myself together and I'm taking time to me and I'm releasing control and I'm trusting God more and more every day. And I don't know who else needed to hear this message or whatever, but it's okay to be a lover girl. And girl, shout out to you, shout out to me for just loving and constantly getting hurt over and over again, but still willing to try again. Like, you know, it's okay to get disappointed, but just make sure your disappointments don't look the same. When somebody disappoints you in a way that don't sit right with you, sometimes that's where you have to leave them at. You can't give a person another chance to disappoint you the same way. You know, like, we all matter. We all have feelings at the end of the day. And even though you've been hurt before, you won't always be hurt. And even if you've been rejected, look at that like, it's a blessing in disguise. Like, you helped me dodge a bullet. Like, I'm not mad at you. I am enough. I am whole already. You know, you have to speak life into yourself. Like, that's something that I'm doing right now. I'm just speaking so much of life into myself. Like, healing, y'all, when I really say, it's so crazy that if I could, I would give my ex a trophy. Because you helped me to become the best version of, like, you literally helped me to become the best version of myself that I never thought I could become. Like, I never would have been able to do that without everything you put me through. And I would hand that person a trophy for real. Like, I remember when I seen that little, I don't know if it was a podcast or just like a little video of him being interviewed. Waka Flocka saying, like, Tammy, him hurting her or cheating on her was the best thing he could have ever did. It turned her into the most amazing woman. And when I tell you, when I heard him say that back then, like a couple of years ago, I was just like, what the hell? Niggas say anything. But no, that's true. When a person hurts you bad enough, man, you become the best version of yourself. And it's like, even though you've been hurt a lot, can't nobody ever hurt you like that again, because you already there. You already know. So yeah, like, I'll say to any other woman, like, use what you know, use what you've learned from your heartbreak. Don't allow anybody to break you again. And if you want to continue to put yourself out there, you know, over and over again until you find the one, that's okay. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do that. You do what's best for you. See, one thing I'm learning at this stage of my life is people will tell you in a heartbeat, you don't need to do this, you don't need to do that, but don't nobody know what's best for us like we know what's best for us. See, me, I chose to let it go and release control and allow God to guide me and lead me. But that's not what every woman have to do, because that's not something that my sister wanted to do. She know that she wants love, and just like I told her, it's okay to get that love. It's okay to go after that. You don't have to say, oh, I've been hurt, and now that this first person or the second person that I met afterwards disappointed me, I need to pull myself back. No, that just means they weren't the one. That don't mean that the third person won't be the one, or the person after that, you know? So just don't give up. Like, that's what life is all about. Not giving up after all of the bad, because like they say, after every storm, the sun do shine again. So just don't allow what you've been through or what you're going through with disappointment and rejection to make you feel like, you know, that's all it's going to be. I'm not even going to lie, y'all. Sometimes I feel like the enemy will confuse us and make us feel like what we're getting is all we would ever get, or that it won't get better, or that you have to settle because you won't be happy. But that's not true. I feel like you should trust yourself and trust God, because as long as we walk with God, if he got us this far, and if we're waking up every day to see another day, to be able to do something different, that's a sign alone that he's not done with us. And it's when those are the times when I go in the Bible and I read what he did for other people, because then that reminds me that if he did it for them, he'll do it for me too. And then I remind myself of the stuff that he did for me. Just because you may be at a bad season in your life or a season of standstill, that don't mean that that's all it's ever going to be, or that's all you will ever get. You just have to trust God enough and trust yourself enough to know it gets better. But it gets better when we release control, y'all. When we stop trying to control everything. When we let go of things that's no longer serving us or not good for us. Because one thing I realized is when you let go of things that's not good for you, girl, after that, so many blessings come flowing in. Everything gets better. Like, it gets so better. So just trust God. You got this. I got this. Y'all, we got this. Okay, besties? Like, don't let the world or this dating generation make you feel like, damn, like, I ain't gonna find my husband, or I ain't gonna find the one. Because I'm not even gonna lie. Like, after I went through my breakup, I got to this moment where I was scared. I was just feeling like, dang, like, I don't know if it's gonna get better. I don't know if I'm gonna find the one. Like, I don't want to put myself back out there. I'm hearing stories from my friends telling me, girl, it don't get better, or girl, dang, like, you know, he doing this, he doing that. So I'm telling myself, I don't want to put myself through that. And then just for the little bit of time that I've put myself out there, girl, I pulled myself back, because I was just like, this is not what's about to go down. I feel like the older you get, the more you learn, and the more wisdom you get and you gain, you know? And I feel like you have to take all of that and you have to do something with it. Like, every day I'm learning, and I'm taking what I've learned from every single situation that I went through in my life, whether that be from friends, relationships, jobs, whatever, and I'm applying it to my life. I'm using what I've learned instead of, you know, just having it sit there. Like, no, you learned it for a reason, to apply it to your daily life. And so, yeah, I say all this to say, to the lover girls out there, girl, you got this and I got this. We got this. Like, we gonna figure it out whether we know it or not, but we got this. Like, it's all gonna work out in our favor. It might not feel like that right now, but it is. I seen this video the other day that this girl posted, and she was saying how when God blesses us with somebody that we prayed about, or somebody that he know we need and that we want, like, he thinks about everything. Like, I'm talking about from the toes on up to the head. Like, he think about everything. Like, nothing goes unnoticed. Like, he think about how kind we need him, how much of a gentleman we need, like how open and honest he need to be, how he need to carry himself. He think about all of the little small little things that we need, you know. And when I seen that video on how she was talking about how she had been with this guy for a year, and how before him, like, she was just always so disappointed and so upset and getting rejected left and right because she was going on blind dates and she was doing this and that. And she just talked about how when the guy of her dreams finally came, like, she knew it had to be God to send him, because nothing was forgot about. So it is hard for us as lover girls, but we are going to be okay. Like, we got this. We might not get the guy that we want when we want it, but we definitely gonna get him when the time is right and when we need it. And he's gonna be everything we can ever even think or imagine, you know? So I just feel like we just gotta be patient. Like, I know, like, when we be like by ourselves sometimes, or when we sitting with ourselves and we done been single long enough, we just be like, dang, like I want somebody there, or I want to let somebody in. But we got to think about the fact that now we're in a generation where we might be catching feelings for the people that we got around, but they, you know, in it for a reason that's not even the same as why we in it. And sometimes that's what caused pain for us and hurt, all because we're trying to force ourselves to have something that it's not time for us to have, or trying to make something be there that we don't even need, that's not even good for us. So I would say take your time, wait for everything to unfold on its own, wait on God, be patient with God like he's patient with us every single day. Like, you know, I feel like, and if we do that and we let go of control and stop trying to control everything, whew, I had to do that on that, because y'all, sometimes I still try, but for the most part, I've let it go and I just gave it to God, because I know what's for me is always going to be for me. It's not going to miss me, and nobody can take it away from me, because he made it for me and it's only for me. But I have to be willing to trust him and wait on him to, you know, show me it or bless me with it when he's ready to bless me with it, not when I want him to. Like Sunday in church, it was about how in our prayer life, like, are you the type of person who give your list to God and tell him, God, I need this, I need that? Or is your prayer life where you take his list and know that even though we don't know how his list is going to pan out for us, or what's even on the list that he had for us, we got to know by faith that it's going to work out and that everything is going to be okay. But we can't go telling him what we want and expecting it right then and there. We have to actually allow him to do what he need to do. Like, one thing I always used to remind myself all the time, even when I was younger, like, God is still writing my story. Like, it's not done yet. And so why am I rushing? Because God ain't even in a hurry. Like, they talked about Martha and Mary and Lazarus, how when he was dying, God wasn't even rushing to get there to, and this is just a perfect example. He wasn't even rushing there to get there to, like, save his life and do what he needed to do, because it was no rush. God know what he can do. Like, we can't put him in no small box. Like, we can't minimize God. God can do all things, you know? And we have to trust him, and we have to believe that. Like, we can't make him small thinking, oh, God can't do this, God can't do that, because you will be amazed on the things that God brought some people out of and just helped them through. You know, he's a God that will carry you. He's a God that will hold us when we are at our lowest. He's a God that show us that it's going to be okay again, even when it feel like it's not. So I say all that to say to just trust him. And what's for you is going to be for you, okay? We can't rush him, because just because we feel like we're running out of time or it's too late for us, maybe think about it when something isn't happening for you. Maybe it's not happening because God knows what he can do. It's not too late. I'm just thinking it's too late. And you think like that, girl, and y'all are going to be good. I promise you. But just be patient and take your time. Like, you got a big heart and you got so much love that you want to give to somebody, but don't you want to give it to the right person? You don't want to be giving all of that love to the wrong person, to where when the right person does come along, it's just like, dang, like, my love didn't work any other time. Like, should I give them this love? To where you questioning if you should even be the lover girl that you truly are to the right person. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, just take it slow, take your time, and trust God. Like, give everything to God. Let go of whatever that control is that you have with what you expect now out of love, or what you want out of love, or how you want the person that you want to look in, the person that you want to be in love with to be, because when it's supposed to happen, it's going to happen. So just trust God and take it slow and trust yourself and remind yourself that everything happens for a reason. I hope that this message reached whoever it needed to reach. I love you guys, and until next time.
Yeah.